Hey guys, welcome to our channel Student Impulse, a unique channel to help job seekers, both freshers and experienced professionals. It also helps students to get to know what the skill set they have to improve during their studies, which lands them a dream job after their education.
In this video, I am going to share latest job openings in Bangalore location. It is from Karnataka. Let us see what are the job openings in detail. Firstly, Tech Mahindra Serium Private Limited is hiring candidates for the following job positions. For the position of Senior Verifications Engineer, you should have 2 out of 2 5.5 years of work experience, and for the Lead Verification Engineer position, you should have 6 years to 8 years of work experience. For the Manager Verification Engineer position, you should have 8 years plus work experience. If you are eligible for any of the job position, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, there is a job opening for quality specialist position for a German-based healthcare or life science MNC. For this position, you should have any full-time bachelor's or master's degree, and also you should have 4 to 8 years of work experience, and you are going to get a salary up to 16 to 22 lakhs per annum, and it will be based on your experience and expertise. If you are eligible for this position, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, India's leading travel company is hiring candidates for the following job positions software developers, tech lead, principal engineer, senior principal engineer, and associate director. For these positions, you must have 5 years plus work experience. If you are eligible for any of the job position, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, HCL Technologies Private Limited is hiring networking professionals for level 2 and level 3 networking protocols with automation testing, regression testing, sustaining and manual testing. For these positions, you must have 3 to 13 years of work experience, and you please check once the technical requirements. If you are eligible for this position, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, ATM Business Solutions is hiring candidates for the following job positions. Firstly, JBPM professionals at various levels, senior SDE, lead and manager levels. Next one, senior Angular developer and lead positions. Next one, senior Adobe AM developer and lead and architect positions. Last one, senior hybrid developer and lead positions. And if you see them in detail one by one, for the position of JBPM professionals at various levels like senior SDE, lead and manager, the candidate must have minimum 4 years plus work experience, and up to 14 years will be preferred in IT, with minimum 2 years plus work experience in JBPM with RHDM or RHPAM hands-on. And you please check once rest of the qualifications and experience required. Next one, for the senior Angular developer and lead positions, you must have 4 years plus work experience of web development, and also you must have strong skills and experience in core JavaScript ES6 or greater, and also you should have experience with modern day JS frameworks like Angular 6 and above, and you please check once rest of the qualifications and experience required. Next one, for the senior Adobe AM developer, lead and architect positions, you must have at least 4 years of strong web content management experience with Adobe AM or CQ5, and you please check once rest of the qualifications and experience required. Next one, for the positions of a senior hybrid developer and lead, the candidate must have 4 years plus work experience with SAP Commerce Functional Analyst, and it should be done 2 full life cycle implementations of SAP Commerce for B2B channel, and it should have experience with SAP CRM and ECC integration from SAP Commerce is a plus, and also you should have at least one implementation for a global MNC and you should have cross-functional team experience, excellent configuration and development skills. If you are eligible for any of the job position, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, there is a job opening for Java developer position from Ampere Technologies. For this position, you must have 6 to 10 years of work experience, and also you should have 2 years plus work experience with Spring Boot or Spring Framework. And also you should have excellent communication and interpersonal skills, and you should have knowledge of Unix or Linux will be preferred, and strong knowledge of MySQL or MariaDB. And you please check once rest of the qualifications and experience required. If you are eligible for this position, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, there is a job opening for program manager position from Cars24. For this position, you should have qualifications like BE or BTech will be preferred, and also you should have 3 to 7 years of work experience on Google Analytics, QLixSense, channel attribution, clickstream and marketing. If you are eligible for this position, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, there is a job opening for Senior Executive HR position from Bisleri International Private Limited. For this position, you should have qualifications like MBA in HR, and also you should have 5 to 8 years of work experience in the related field, and you are responsible for South Region talent acquisition. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail IDs. Next one, there is a job opening for Pega developer position from Aurora Technologies. For this position, you should have 3 years plus work experience in the same field, and the notice period will be up to 30 days. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, there are openings for DFT engineers from Speaker Works. For this position, you should have skill sets in ATPZ and scan insertion and MBIST. And also you should have 3 years plus work experience in the same field. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, there are openings for business development managers from Extra Cap. For this position, you must have qualifications like MBA from Premium Institute, and also you should have 3 to 5 years of experience in channel sales, consumer durables, FMCG and SME lending, and the salary will be based in industry. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, Psi Constructions is hiring candidates for the following positions. Like for the position of planning and QS engineers, you should have 3 to 5 years of work experience with the qualifications of BE in civil engineering. Next one, for the positions of supervisors and foreman, you should have 3 years plus work experience. If you are eligible for any of the job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, Ampere Computing is hiring candidates for the Principal Physical Design CAD and Physical Design EMIR engineer position. Like you should have qualifications BS or MS in electrical or electronics or computer engineering will be preferred. And also you should have 8 years plus work experience, and you should have knowledge in several of the following tools such as Red Hawk SC, Voltus FI and Pathfinder. And you must have strong programming skills in any of the languages like Perl, TCL, Python, C or C++. And you please check once rest of the qualifications and experience required. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, SBL Private Limited is hiring candidates for the digital marketing specialist and lead generation positions. Like you should have 5 to 10 years of work experience. Interested candidates, if you are eligible for any of the job position, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, There is a job opening for Business Development Manager position for US market from Sunrise BizTech Systems. For this position, you should have 5 years to 7.5 years of work experience, and you should have laptop and internet connection, and you should be ready to relocate once the office is open, and it will be currently work from home. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, Tech Mahindra having vacancies for the following job positions like in these domains. In the domain of analog layout, like the candidate must have 3 years plus work experience. For the DFT engineer position, you should have 3 years plus work experience. For the analog circuit design, you should have 4 years plus work experience. If you are eligible for any of the job position, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, there is a job opening for Technical Manager .NET position from Global Tech. For this position, you must have 10 years plus work experience in coding and design for a large scale, and you should be well versed with .NET and with a strong working understanding of design patterns, and you should have good understanding and working model with Bootstrap, HTML5, CSS3, and ability to convert the UI designs into working models and implementation. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, Publicis Sapient is hiring QA professionals who have experience in automation testing, and also you must have 4 to 13 years of working experience in the roles of individual contributor, lead and QA manager, and you must have skills in these ones like you must be proficient in Java and Selenium, POM or BDD or TestNG or Cucumber frameworks, and you must have experience in UI and web services automation and API testing and CI or CD tools. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, Altimetric is hiring manual test engineers. You should have 4 to 7 years of work experience in the same field. And if you go through the skill sets required, you must be dealt with internal team and good with client communication. You must be automation exposure, and also you must have good communication skills. And you please check once test of the qualifications and skills required. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, there is an opening for Java microservices from CCI Opportunity. You must have 4 to 6 years of work experience in the same field, and you must have skills like you must have experience for up to 4 years in developing REST APIs and microservices in Java, and you must have good knowledge of Kubernetes, and you must have primary skills in these ones like Java, microservices, Kubernetes and containers, and you should have secondary skills in these ones like TM Forum certification in Open API and Agile, and you must have experience of working in development and operations. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, there is a job opening for test manager position for banking testing projects for a leading testing company. For this position, you must have 12 years plus work experience in banking testing, and you should be well versed with effort estimation and pre-sales. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, there is a job opening for Lean FT Test Automation Engineer position for Oracle, SAP and Web, and it is from Motherson Sumi Infotech and Designs Limited. For this position, you should have 3 to 5 years of work experience, and you must have skills in these ones like you should have good experience in automating Web, Oracle and SAP ERP applications, and you should have good experience in automating MS Office applications and PDF, and you must have good experience in Micro Focus EFT tool, and you please check once test of the qualifications and experience required. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, There is a job opening for DB engineer position from Brilio. For this position, you must have good experience in Oracle and Postgres hands-on experience and Oracle to Progress migration. Cloud with Azure experience like between 4 to 8 years will be preferred. And if you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, there is a job opening for senior merchandiser position. You should have 8 to 10 years of work experience in woven garment industry and male candidates are preferred for this position and you must be good in costing, sampling, buyers communication and production, buyer and vendor follow-up and you should be good in analytical and problem solving and also you must have good communication skills. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail IDs. Next one, there is a job opening for piping designer position for the softwares of PDMS and E3D and it is from oil and gas industry. For this position, you must have 4 to 12 years of work experience with offshore experience and the contract length will be 1 year. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, there are openings for executive and senior executive sales position for general surgery from Olympus IMS. For these positions, you must have graduation or post-graduation in science stream will be preferred. And also you should have 3 to 5 years of work experience. If you are eligible for this position, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, Anheuser-Busch InBev is hiring recruiters. For the first position of recruiter, you should have 6 to 8 years of experience and ideally someone with prior experience of handling recruitment of data sciences, data engineers and full stack developers. For the next position of recruiter, you should have 6 to 9 years of experience in hiring for cloud technologies like Azure, GCF and AWS and you must be from technology hiring only. For the last one, like leadership hiring recruiter, you should have 8 to 12 years of strong exposure in hiring for leadership roles across functions like tech and non-tech. If you are eligible for any of the job position, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, Tech Mahindra is hiring cyber security pre-sales architects. You must have 10 to 20 years of work experience and you must have experience in these domains like application security, GRC, SOC or SIEM and IoT or OT security. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. Next one, SGS is hiring candidates for the sales and business development domain. For this position, the candidate must have E&E background for 3 to 5 years and you should be familiar with local market like southern region will be highly preferred and you must be familiar with BIS, TEC, IEC, CB and ITA certifications and the candidate must be willing to travel and also the candidate must have basic knowledge of EMI and EMC. If you are eligible for this job role, you can share your resume to the provided mail ID. That's it in this video guys. If you like the video, please like, share to your friends and family members who are in need of job. And if you have any queries, please comment in the comment section. And please encourage us to do more videos in your location. Thank you for watching the video.